Alright, y'all. Okay, well, we have a problem. In our toy cabinet back here, back down the hallway down there, I think something has died. And it smells so bad. It smells worse than rotten eggs combined with toe jam combined with the worst smell you could imagine. And it took me about 5 minutes to compose myself earlier after sticking my head in that toy cabinet. So, got my wife's hazmat mask. We're gonna see if we can find what's in there. Only thing we can do is pull it all out to sea. Oh gosh, I hope this ain't a dead rat in here. Alright, I don't see anything in here, so I'm going to have to take some of this stuff out and dump it out outside to see if something's gotten down inside. I figured out the culprit. Took the boxes out. And I isolated that it was this thing right here. Who knows how long it's been in there. But there's black stuff in it. That's what it was.
Well, good morning.
Good morning.
It's Saturday morning. We are out here on the porch enjoying a brief bit of calm
Yeah, that's what I call it.
and peace. And everybody's here. We got the chickens. Cola's getting some quality chicken time in.
This is Spunk.
She's holding Spunk. But we wanted to start this video off. Y'all might have seen in the picture, thumbnail or whatever for this video. We thought it was important to kind of talk about some of the things we've been going through since we've made this move into this house. And
struggles.
oh, we got a pantless toddler coming out.
Where's my underwear?
Hold on 1 second. Where's your underwear? We'll go get you some.
I want Mama.
Hey, Sherbert. All right, well,
Hey guys.
Hello, we are back. We dealt with a pantless toddler. I mean, like no pants or underwear, nothing, running around. And that's a chicken.
That's Valkyrie.
Anyways, we wanted to start this video off just talking through, quickly, trying to talk through some of the things that we've been working through here at the Cam Fam Homestead. It's been really, really good, but we've also had quite a few issues that we've had to navigate through, and so it hadn't been all easy, and so
Butterflies and rainbows.
yeah.
I think the
uniform
most
parts.
important thing to remember is that we're real people and we have real challenges, and parenting is hard, being a mom is hard, being a spouse is hard, being a dad is hard.
That's super easy.
Anyway, and you know, we also don't have endless supplies of money, so that always puts in challenges and things that we have to face. So the first thing that happened was the air conditioning in my car broke in the middle of the summer, which is like 90 degrees here.
Yeah.
99 degrees in summer? I don't know.
And
it was
humid.
really hot.
Like-
now it's cooled down just a touch, but this
Yeah.
was like in July, I think. that
In
it
July.
happened. Then shortly after that, the air conditioning in our house went out. You guys, so it is now going on the third day without air conditioning in our home. And I'm starting to get used to it, you know, like got all the windows open. I would say I'm very thankful that it is not 100 degrees out. It's like in the 70s right now. It's in the 80s during the day. So it's not been bad. Have you been so hot? But we've been sweating it out here at the Campbell Homestead. Today we found out that our air conditioning needs a new compressor, which is not a cheap endeavor. It only has a hole in it, so that's kind of important. We're not really sure why it has a hole in it, so we're going to figure that out. But he said he might come by today or tomorrow to fix it. So maybe today. This is the current temperature in our house. I'm just saying, when you get past 80 in the house, it gets pretty hot. But when you start hitting 86, I'm worried about like all of our photos. I worry about the floor swelling. I worry about mold. I worry about like portraits like this. So anyway, the air conditioning guy said that he has got it fixed. New compressor, but he's gonna clean it out, make it all pretty inside. Luckily, the compressor was under warranty. Yes, because otherwise it would have been $2,200, something like that. So it wasn't cheap to begin with, but it's at least better than it was. So anyway, we are hopefully getting air. Bye.
Hole in the compressor.
Hole in the compressor.
Out
The
of
whole
Freon.
power supply exploded somehow. And it got, it went from being 72 in the house, and then the air conditioning guy didn't get here for what, 2 or 3 days,
Mhm.
and then it was 86 in the house by the time the air conditioning finally got fixed. It took a while for it to cool down after that. I don't know
Yeah.
if you've been living in a house with it 86 degrees in it, but it is not the best.
We had every fan we could find going.
Yeah, we did. But the first couple days it was kind of nice. It was like we had the windows open and it wasn't so bad. It wasn't super hot, sunny, but then it got really hot. The next thing that happened was we had some school zoning issues. So we were at Myrtle Beach hanging out, filled out Gaines's registration forms, got home, had a great vacation, got a call from Gaines's school saying, hey, Gaines is no longer zoned for this school. You are zoned for this school now, this other school. And I was like, oh no.
Which is actually farther away than his original school.
Yeah. But we had to try to fill out a form to the district appeal to see if we could get him in the school he was in, and they said no. So we said, okay, God, we got this.
No, we don't got
this.
this.
Gave the news to
God, you got this.
Gave the news to Gaines. He took it awesome.
Yeah, Gaines was a trooper. Kids are much more resilient than parents.
True that. He has now been at his new school for 2 weeks and loves it. Loves his teacher. He's moving pretty good in that direction. And then the next thing is the ants.
The ants.
Fire ants. We're just trying to
It's
deal
a
with
combat
fire
zone in the yard.
Got lots of fire ants.
And anthills are the landmines.
Yeah.
And
they're all over the place.
people say they don't move when you pour the stuff on them. But I'm not convinced, because every time we destroy one anthill and take care of business, I think 3 more pop up.
They spread out. The queen flies. I don't know. Who knows? But that's been fun. We're still working on that. We might not ever win that battle.
Papa's going to war with the ants. The biggest thing we're working through right now is actually getting, and this has been going on for a few months now, getting mom and dad's house on this property. So I am under the mind and opinion that this is why I also don't like HOAs. You're getting some of Ryan's honest opinion here. I don't like HOAs.
And I'll tell you why. Because if you own a piece of property and you bought that piece of property, I mean, if, you get a loan from the bank, whatever. If you have that piece of property and it's yours, you should be able to do what you want to do within the legal, like the law. Don't do anything crazy. But you should be able to do what you want to do on your property. If you want to park a trailer on it, park a trailer on it. If you want to build some crazy, fancy art piece in the middle of your front yard and you own it, by all means, do that. Which is part of the reason we wanted land. And so we can do that stuff here. And so, we have a little over 2 acres cleared. If we want to put a second home on our property, we should be able to do that.
Thinking through what mom and dad were going to do for their house, I called our county government and asked, can we leave our property as one piece of property, one address, and put a second dwelling on it? And what I was told over the phone initially was, as long as it's a manufactured home, you can put a second dwelling on your property. Go down to the Dorchester, the county offices, and they come back and they say, actually, no, you can't put a second dwelling on your property. You're only allowed one dwelling, the way it's zoned, and they had it in writing. And I said, well, why did the lady tell me over the phone? And she said, I don't know. And I said, well, that means we're going to need to get a surveyor out and subdivide it. And it's kind of hard to get a hold of surveyors down here. And I said, okay. So that began the process of trying to get a hold of a surveyor to come out and subdivide. We have to have a minimum of a ½ acre subdivided for them to put their dwelling on. And all the surveyors are booked up right now. In fact, the majority of them say we're not taking any residential clients until next year. So we called and we tried to track down and we tried to track down and we tried to track down surveyors, and we just were running into roadblocks with it. So finally, Dad was able, through one of the companies they were looking at getting their home through, they said they had a surveyor, and said that he would take the paperwork and get the county, the plat and everything, and get it figured out and see if and where we could subdivide a ½ acre. And then we're still just waiting to hear back. It's a big waiting game, and it's good and we're hopeful, but there's still a potential they could come back and say, no, we can't subdivide this piece off, and then we'd be back kind of at square one with mom and dad. And it's some of this stuff has been hard to navigate through, and there's some days where you're kind of down in the dumps and wondering when something's gonna go smoothly. We had a day last week, and I told Nicole, I said, I just want one day where things go smoothly into plan, and sometimes that doesn't happen, and sometimes it does, but we're still really, really, really grateful to be here. And we know that God has provided this for us, and we're trying to use it in the best way that we can, and use it well, and use it to love our family, but also love our friends and love the people around us. And that's why we want to have the garden, and we have the chickens, and hopefully we'll get eggs and food and stuff that we can use to kind of provide for our family, but also be able to use to give to other people as well, and love and encourage them. And we believe that, you know, that's kind of one of the things we're supposed to do, is care for people. And so all that, you know, talking through our problems and issues, all that to say that we still are very grateful, and we still are very blessed, and we still got to figure out ways to, you know, stay positive on those days when it's hard. And one of the ways that I like to stay positive is I like beef jerky.
Hey, don't put me in this.
Well, Nicole likes beef jerky.
I'll eat it, but I did not have any part of this. I dehydrated okra because I like dehydrated okra, but Ryan, he's the master here with the beef jerky.
Yes. So we've cooked a lot of okra, we made some beef jerky. So anyways, this next part of the video is just going to basically be the beef jerky recipe. So if you want to know how to make some of the most amazing beef jerky you've ever tasted in your life, keep watching this video and you'll see, because it's delicious. Time to make some beef jerky. So what I've got here is all my ingredients and the meat we're going to use to make the beef jerky. The recipe I'm doing, I've already tried this and it turned out so good. A couple of people said it's the best beef jerky they've ever tasted. Everybody seemed to like it. So much so that we didn't even have any for us to eat. So we're going to make some more for us to eat. The recipe, actually, I found a video on YouTube, because you can find anything on YouTube, and the channel was Van's World, and the guy that made it, and he said he got the recipe when he makes a lot of beef jerky, and he said he searched on the Googles and typed in world's best beef jerky, and this recipe came up over and over, and it was from All Recipes, and it was a guy named Doc. So this is Doc's beef jerky recipe that I got from Van's World, and yeah, whatever. Anyways, so I wanted to go through the process and show y'all the prep work and how to make it. We had some friends let us borrow their dehydrator, so we made a bunch for them the first batch, and they loved it, and so we're using a dehydrator, and so I just wanted to show you the process. So it starts out, we're going to use a 1/4 cup of soy sauce, and then we're going to do 2 tablespoons of worcestershire sauce. What's this here sauce? 2 tablespoons. Wait. Have 2 tablespoons of liquid smoke. Now what we had on hand is the mesquite variety. We're going to have 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, 2 teaspoons of salt. Now my little measuring thing's only half a teaspoon, so I got to do 4 of these. 2 teaspoons of black pepper, a teaspoon meat tenderizer, teaspoon of garlic powder, not garlic salt, garlic powder, a teaspoon of onion powder, and then a teaspoon of paprika. Today is Gaines' first day of school, so we're making this. He liked the last batch of beef jerky we made too. He loves beef jerky. Now this won't be ready when he gets home from school, but it'll be ready later tonight, hopefully. And he'll get to enjoy it, maybe take some to school with him.
I gave him beef jerky today for lunch.
Do what, Nicole?
I put beef jerky in lunch today.
Oh, Nicole said she put beef jerky in his lunch today. He's actually at a new school this year. When we moved, he got zoned for a different school, and so maybe he can make some friends by sharing beef jerky. I mean, if somebody wanted to share beef jerky with me, I'd be their friend. All right, so that is all the ingredients for the marinade. So we're gonna get a fork, stir it up. Stir it up real good. If some of you have made beef jerky before and you have your own favorite beef jerky recipes, feel free to share them, because we like beef jerky around here and we like trying new things. So share them down in those comments below. And y'all know what they say, sharing is caring. All right, I think that's mixed up pretty good. Now, I'm not gonna wait. On Van's World, he said he likes to sometimes even let his marinade sit in the fridge by itself for 8 hours before he even puts the meat in. In the video I watched, he didn't, and the last time I did it, I didn't, and it turned out amazing. So I'm not, but if you want to, if you got the time, let it sit in the fridge for 8 hours with itself, and just before you even put the meat in it, and let all those flavors kind of soak together. All right, so we've got our marinade mixed up. Now to the meat. Now, I like, and what you can use, you don't have to go super expensive or fancy. If you go to the store, most grocery stores will have the round eye of beef cut, and they've already got it cut up into little stir fry pieces. And a lot of stores will have that. I went to Food Lion, and Food Lion sort of let me down. They had the round eye cuts, and they're already cut thin, but they're not cut into little stir fry pieces. So I'm gonna have to do a little cutting. And this recipe calls for 2 pounds of meat, and this wasn't quite 2 pounds, so I did get an extra pound of some Angus sirloin. There just wasn't a great selection, and so I got this as well, and I'm just gonna cut it up on this awesome, this is a solid chunk of granite. Our friend Diane, who I like to call Thundercat, plays a little bass on our worship team at church, and she found a place she could get cutting boards and offcuts of granite and stuff for free, and basically gave us this, and we're using it as a cutting board. She finished it up and sanded it, and so I got this from Diane. So Diane, if you watch this video, thank you. This is awesome. And yeah, so what I'm gonna do, the last time I did it, Piggly Wiggly had we love Piggly Wiggly, had the stir fry cut pieces already done, which saves a lot of time and trouble. And having it real thin sliced is good. When you put it in the dehydrator, you don't have to leave it in for as long. But the old Food Line let us down a little bit this time, but that's okay. We still work with what we got. So I'm just gonna have to do a little bit more, as my old friend Jesse used to call it, arts and crafts, a little bit more preparing. I mean, this does have some little bit of marbling in there that's very pleasing to the eye, and I'm sure to the taste buds. All right, so there we go. Have a little over 2.5 pounds of meat. So we're gonna dip each piece into the marinade first, put it into the bag, and then once we've done that, we're gonna dump all the marinade into the bag. All right, we've got all the pieces dipped in that delicious marinade. So I kind of roll it up. And then what we'll do, gotta smack that meat. What we'll do is we'll put it in a bowl and I'll put it in the fridge and gotta let it sit for a minimum of 8 hours. All right, y'all, it is officially the next day and our beef jerky has marinated for longer than 8 hours. It's actually been closer to a full day, but we have all of it out on trays and I put it on wax paper. What we're gonna do is set the dehydrator to basically the highest temp. It ends up being around 160. And then time, it needs about 3 to 4 hours, but I just set it on like 10 hours and let it go. And then what I will do is I'll put all these trays in, and then about midway through, 2 hours in, I'll pull it out and I like to flip each piece over. It's time to get the beef jerky out, and all that's left to do now is put it
Taste test.
in the oven at 275 for 15 minutes. Uh-oh.
Oh, taste test.
I'll taste test it.
Gaines, come
Gaines
on
will
over.
taste test it. Come on, Gaines.
Pretty good.
Needs to be baked.
Was it as good as the last batch?
No.
No?
Oh man,
I mean, I'm kidding, but
he's kidding. I'm gonna have to see.
it's just good.
Oh man, that's better. Uh-oh, naked babies.
Uh-oh, we got babies coming out.
What?
Are you
Kai Kai,
naked?
do you have any clothes on?
I have clothes on right here.
I would show y'all, but I
Yeah,
violated
there's
his
a
privacy.
naked toddler. All right.
Let's see if I can get him without showing him.
One over here.
Hey Kai, are you naked?
Yeah.
I got his butt.
That'll be just our video.
I didn't get his other parts, just his butt.
All right. Let's put this in the oven. Watch out, Kai Kai.
Hold on.
You put my shirt back on?
15 minutes, and then it's done.
I don't want to be.
All right, we're going to eat it.
Oh, man. Are you going to eat it?
Yeah, we're going to try a piece, boys. And girls.
She got her hair in the updo. She didn't want to be in it with her hair in the updo.
So,
All right. I won't put you in it.
guys, we're giving one of that thing.
Stop it.
So, guys, we're giving a little shout out
But you gotta try it
birthday
though too.
to my cousin Emily.
Oh, that's right. It is. We just called her. It is
Gonna be
Emily's
hot.
6th birthday today.
It's gonna be hot. And apparently my 8th birthday was a few days ago.
Apparently.
Apparently.
It was.
Come here, Kai Kai.
What'd you do, Gaines?
We went to the water park.
Was it fun?
I
We went to
don't eat it
World
yet,
Waters.
okay?
Water,
You guys
at
will-
Watermaker World Waters. So we're gonna try a piece of this.
Here you go.
Wait.
Wait. We gotta count it down.
Okay. Let's try some.
On the
One.
count of 3. 1,
Two.
2, 3.
Great.
Oh my goodness.
Oh.
That's so good.
Oh.
It's so good. Wait, Sherbert didn't get any.
Sherbert, you want a piece?
Are you
Sit.
kidding me?
Sit.
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 Good girl.
Good girl.
She's like, I love that.
Where'd it go?
It's gone. That is so good.
It's going down here.
It is definitely contender
Going down here.
for world's best.
It's gonna be a contender.
Beef jerky.
Really crisp.